Good morning. Here we are at the front of our garden. Here's the gate. So, you asked for it. I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll probably have to edit it and do some crazy stuff. But anyway, let's get started. Here we are. If we come in through the gate, we're looking at this view. Inputs basically. When we moved in, all this was bare, a bit of pine bark and some blue metal. It's pretty bland. So over the 3-ish years we've been here, we've done a lot of work and we're pretty proud of it. We turned this beautiful old, I climbed the pile of mulch. Turned this beautiful old storage shed into chicken coop and then greenhouse. Had a couple of mates come and help build the greenhouse. We'll get to that soon. This is a pretty little food guild / support guild for our chickens. So we've got wormwood, helps them keep pests at bay, put them in their nesting boxes. Fig, that's just for Tristan and Lisa, and here we eat those. And there's some lemon balm, pollinator attractor. There's also a sage back there. Little native chamomile, comfrey. You'll see that everywhere. We use it as a dynamic accumulator for compost additions. Fern leaf elderberry. Beautiful thing. We need to get another one so we get more berries, but those berries will drop into the chicken coop and give them food, much like these raspberries, which are a Tasmanian native raspberry. There's a little bug on my screen. Yeah, you've probably noticed me to get distracted by bugs a bit. Hops, also hops. They're everywhere in this place. This little garden bed's pretty young, but we grow greens in here in the cooler months for the chickens. There's also a feijoa in there somewhere. That's from my buddy Dan. Yeah, there it is. And we got some nigella in there, black cumin, if you will. Beautiful plant, beautiful flower, comfrey. Here's the girls. Have a little morning snack. Who's that, Fifi? We had 9 and then 7. Last winter we lost 3 chickens, so egg impaction. And there's not a huge amount one can do about egg impaction, so we had to put down a couple of chickens, but they're back in our garden, still helping us. We have a chicken compost system going here, much like Sean and Sasha from Edible Acres. We put all our greens and scraps and stuff in there. They chomp it up and turn it. I turn it every now with a pitchfork just to get the soil going, and then it moves down around the back, and then we harvest from here. Water collection from the roof. And there's the chicken coop. It's a mess in there. Speaking of messes, yeah, full disclosure, I haven't cleaned up, so you'll have to deal with the mess. But if we're honest, gardens are all works in progresses and should never be fully manicured, because nature isn't manicured. Huge fennel, beautiful thing. Attracts amazing different pollinators like the carrot wasps and what else? Bees. Like, I think I've counted like 6 different species of bee on this, not including Apis mellifera. It's also amazing candy. Pretty proud of this. My very first swale goes into here and some rubbish. The water sits because obviously we're from this hardpan road driveway. Water comes down and stops here now instead of continuing down the path. We used to call it the Marrington River because it would literally just be like a creek pouring down that footpath. But we stopped that by building a swale and a berm with heaps of different plants in there. There's some trees that are really young. This thing's only a year old. It's going to be roots. That's rootstock for a graft later on in its life. It's a little oak I grew from seed. There's a bunch of natives and stuff in there. There's our composting. It's going to get overhauled this winter. I just don't have time at the moment. with work and uni and family and stuff. Is this? This is just a garden bed, raised tin or galv or whatever you want to call it. Bay, Jerusalem artichoke, yarrow, Jerusalem artichoke, trying Jerusalem artichoke here. It's going all right. It's going all right. Feverfew, amazing pollinator attractor. Also, it keeps some of the bugs away as an aromatic distractor. But let's go to the greenhouse. So I'm going to go to the greenhouse so I can find the latch. So we built this out of bits and bobs of wood that were left on site when we bought the house. So that's all hardwood, fun to deal with. So it's like 60 to 100 years old hardwood. Beautiful though. Yeah, fashioned the little door. So this actually opens up. I haven't done it for a while. I wonder if it still works. No, we'll scrap that. This is the greenhouse. Currently on the whatever of December it is today. 8th, 9th. Yeah, so it's pretty good. 2 little ginger experiments. Got some organic ginger from the shop up the road from Mark and Shelley. And I'm pretty stoked because I got a little ginger baby. This one's very slow because I think I didn't get it wet enough at the start, but it's coming. It's coming. Look at that, it's a little green. Hey friend. Avocado seedling, loquat seedling, grapes, whatever this is. A bunch of seedlings ready to go into the garden. That was an overwintered cherry for the second. This would be its 3rd year, actually, this one. It's finally, oh, has it cuffed it? Let's have a look. Hot tip if anyone wants to find out if a tree's still alive, give it a scratch test. There you go, it's still green. Dalakasani, beautiful, super hot chili, man. Like the first time I had one of these, I think I almost died. Got that from a lovely Nepali man a couple of years back, and we've just been growing it in this pot. Keep putting compost on the top, drains pretty well. Soil's pretty nice in there. Let's have a look. Pretty dry. Well, I gave it a big water last night, but it's pretty dry. So we'll get on that. Volunteer tomato. Volunteer plants in this garden are probably like, I love finding them, you know, it's just so much fun. Edible garland from, can't remember her name, Gather Forager down in the Huon. We got those seeds from, she's lovely. Chilies, just chilies as they've overwintered. They only stopped fruiting like 4 months ago, and now they're flowering again. Pretty stoked. Got some leeks in there. Whatever this is, Sialis of some sort. Some people call it the Chinese lantern plant. The name's escaping me. Cape gooseberry, that's what it's called. Tried that in a few spots over the garden over a couple of years. It turns out greenhouse is a go. Pretty stoked to actually have fruit early December when usually it starts fruiting a lot later. Passion fruit. The rats usually get quite a few of these ones from in here. I've read like, oh man, they're just, that's probably where they get through. Righto, I'll fix that. But we've got some pretty good fruits forming in here. Wonderful. That was me yesterday because that had fallen off. And there's another ground cherry under there. Poppy that was self-seeded. I can't remember what this thing is, but it just keeps growing back and it's really nice. It's nice to flash of colour in an otherwise very, very green house. Marigolds we popped in because I had a problem with some root knot nematode, and aside from having to absolutely completely nuke all the soil in here with awful chemicals, there aren't a lot of things you can do for a root knot nematode. Marigolds, their roots attract them and kill the nematode, so hopefully this can control it. Basil, galangal, cucamelon, bush beans coming out the wazoo, tomatillo. This is some eggplant and chili in here too. There's another one back there. Yeah, it's going nuts. I put some just blood. It looks like mosaic. Maybe a little bit of nutrient deficiency in this. It's a little. Look at this beautiful little fly, Parentia species. long-legged flies, gorgeous. Still don't know what they do. And look, I won't go too close because Gabby's scared of them, but there's a little spider there, a little Helpus species jumper. Beautiful friend to have in the garden. They're also surrounded by spider webs, which some people would freak out about. They're non-venomous spiders. These ones, they're, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but they're really cool and they're really cute. They've got like amazing color variations, and they wrap the spiders, wrap all the bugs in like 400 meters of silk to crush them to death, which is brutal. It is brutal, and I went on a ramble about bugs, which is not surprising for me. So, well, there's a big whopper spider over there. Won't go too close. This is a little hugel mound. Last season we had tomatoes in pots here. I think there was about 6 or 7 tomatoes in pots. And it worked. It worked actually having a bigger space, so a smaller space. So we had this big square actually was just all wood chip with some mushroom growing in it, but instead we went, oh, well, we only need to get in here and there. If you can get in there, it's full of everything at the moment. It's pretty nuts in here. But we turned that into a little hugel mound. It's going pretty well. Red vein sorrel, French sorrel, tomato, onion, peas, Jerusalem artichoke that I don't remember planting. That's probably that's going to be the running theme of this tour, I think, is me saying I don't remember putting that there. But that's fun. That's half the fun of the way I garden. We garden. It's kind of cross between let nature do its thing and ADD gardening, which is super fun. Probably have to come and do some work in here with some clearing. We're still getting peas. Those peas have been in there for I don't know how long. What else? Yeah, we started the galangal. Let's go. Let's keep going. There's the shed. It's my our workshop, storage / a whole bunch of other stuff. We're not going to go in there because I'll be completely honest, it's a mess in there, and Rinsky would not be proud. Anyway, let's back up a little bit. That's a fence and an old fireplace. Gonna do something, maybe a pond with this. Don't know what I'm gonna do with that. So here we go. We're gonna walk in to our front door. Kangaroo apple. This kangaroo apple is only a year old and it's about 3 meters tall, probably more than that. And here we go. This is pretty cool. I love coming home to this. This is probably, well, aside from walking in the front door and seeing my wife and my baby boy, this is probably the second favorite thing about coming home, is I get to look at this. We're gonna open the gate. Which way should we turn? Eeny, meeny, miny, left. Right. This here, so this whole bit, it's probably one of the newer, it is the newest section in this part of the garden. It just used to be a green, well, the dog used to dig everywhere, so it was just holes with a bit of lawn. And if anyone knows me, they know I don't like lawns, so we got rid of the lawn. We actually scraped this one back. I got in there with a shovel and scraped the top layer off to try and get rid of some of the main rhizomes of the grass out. It kind of worked, and then I dropped potatoes in there last year, which didn't do much because we grew pumpkins all along here, and if anyone remembers, I put a post up probably last season, and this whole area was just pumpkin. It was nuts. We got like 26 pumpkins last season. It was cool. But anyway, I digress. So what do we got? We got asparagus and strawberries up here. I've let that, it's all first season asparagus from transplant, so I'm letting it go its full life cycle, so it can photosynthesize and send all those nutrients back to the roots, back to the soil, do the thing that plants are made to do. This bed's new. We've got rosella, tomato. Usually you don't knock tomatoes into a fresh bed because of how hungry they are, but we'll just use compost and some other organic things such as chicken shit. That'll do the job. Chili, sunflower, chop and drop comfrey, potato, I do remember putting that potato there. Don't remember that potato. This in here is a pretty cool little experiment Lisa and I are trying with the Three Sisters Guild from the North American First Nations. They use cucurbits, corn and beans to grow in concert with each other. So the cucurbits protect the soil with their large leaves, so they shade it, keep the water in. Corn grows tall, obviously beautiful, and then the beans will climb the corn, and we're going to get 3 crops from, what's that, 2 square meters plus the chard that volunteer. It's a nasturtium. If you don't know, you can eat every part of this plant. Maybe not the root. You can give it a go though. In there is also a kohlrabi, and there's another chard, and then there's back here is some rainbow corn, compared to the blue corn we have here. Let's go this way. My battery's running a bit flat, so we might have to have a break. A little potted up boysenberry and raspberries. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. That is an aromatic distractor called lime or lemon geranium. The idea of aromatic distractors is that it smells enough to distract bugs like aphids and other pests from your crops. Oh my God. And we are very lucky today because we just found a unicorn. That is Maritus pavonis. That's a peacock spider. So it's everyone's lucky day. That's really cool. I'll leave him be. What do we got here? Egyptian walking onion, coreopsis, more potatoes. Egyptian walking onion, it's cool. They'll just continue to do their thing. They'll literally walk around the place. They're not Egyptian though. Gooseberry, English gooseberry. I've got like amazing childhood memories of picking English gooseberries at home in Jackie's Marsh on my mum and dad's property. Hollyhock, centuria, which is a type of thistle. I think it's related to the thistle. Yarrow, ubiquitous around here. We use it for teas, and it's medicinal, and the flowers attract beautiful animals. Chilean guava, holy smokes. So much flavor in one of those. It's like this little myrtle flavored pineapple. It's insane. Or is it a pineapple flavored myrtle? Don't know. Here we go. This is probably my favorite part of this part of the garden. I've got many favorites, so you'll hear me say that a lot. Here we go. Gonna need to prune this kangaroo apple back because it's nuts. Oh, I've got a spider on me. Lemon verbena. There's a beautiful purple salvia back there too. Verbena is just, what a beautiful plant. It's in flower. Currants, wow, fallen over. Bloobs. The bloobs will probably get moved this winter. Probably because I'll show you the spot later on. But cherry tree on Huon and Lisa's placenta. It's second season and it is going pretty good for cherries, man. These are Kentish. Also, childhood memories, beautiful childhood memories of picking on the cherry tree. Also, my brother fell out of the Kentish cherry tree and broke his arm. So shout out to Jaron. Obviously, you got the cherry slug here. We don't spray for them. We use a bit of rhubarb leaf boiled in water, wood ash, rhubarb leaves on the soil. To help control the numbers, because we actually want to attract our beneficials, which are, maybe we'll see some, we'll have a look. Parasitic wasps love these things, and we want those here. So there's some beautiful bees flying around. Here we go. This is verbascum, twiggy mullein. People say it's invasive, but so am I. Beautiful, beautiful globe artichoke. We always let one or two go to flower. English honeysuckle, more comfrey. American tube flower or something like that. That's pretty cool. Like that plant. Beautiful, beautiful habitat. Here we go. Pear. So we got Bosc pear and Nashi. We got one on each, I think, this year, because this is their second summer. Obviously, pear slug, and give them a little squash if you like. I'm still yet to learn what a parasited larva looks like, so I'm very careful when I just come along and just like willy-nilly squash them. Maybe we can find a parasitic wasp on these leaves. Having a look. Let's have a quick look. Let's if I pause it here and then we'll start again and we'll have another look. Yeah, let's get in and have a look. Oh, I think I see one. He's just flying. I'm gonna wait for him. Her, actually, it would be a her. I can't see any. I saw some. I recorded a tour before and then it turned out it was shit and I forgot stuff. So I started again, and maybe I shouldn't have deleted it because that had a really good shot of the parasitic wasp that helps you out with your cherry slugs. Anyway, dolly bush, Cassinia native, rhubarb, we grow a lot of that. It's got so many uses, so more uses than I know probably. Potatoes, coreopsis, perennial flower, absolutely amazing. Got that from Scarlet Seeds, from Genevieve and Scarlet. Beautiful. There's a lemon tree in here somewhere. Yeah, beautiful. That's pretty young. We'll move this blueberry next winter. That should help it out. Lovage. Backside of the Three Sisters. We grow mushrooms, Stropharia, we grow annulosa down in here, so they follow this fence line. Didn't get a huge amount this year due to climate conditions, but I reckon I'll reseed, inoculate the wood chips again. Feijoa, we absolutely love feijoa. The fruit is just, it's amazing. Plus it makes an amazing kombucha. Lisa makes the kombucha and she does a really good job. And the feijoa is amazing. More Jerusalem artichoke. I still have to make friends with it. To use the words of Dan Lizotte, I still have to make friends with it, but apparently I'm growing enough of it that I'm gonna have to be friends with it. Here's the berry patch. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Check it out, check it out. This is really cool. That, if you look real careful, that little dude flying around, that is Tenacaries bicolorus, a South African Ichman wasp. Oh my god, that's pretty cool. It's not supposed to be here, but you know, that's pretty cool. Anyway, nerding out. Berry patch, raspberries, 2 different varieties of raspberries. So we've got 3 different fruiting periods. Green gauge needs a bit of love. Kiwi berry growing up. We'll either go that way or that way. This is our tomato and chili bed this year. We got 8 or 9 tomatoes in here, varying cultivars, cucumber. So I think that's an African horned, that's a potato, and that's a tromboncino that'll go up and across and will have meter long things that I won't know what to do with. That's a big Egyptian walking onion. Probably have to move it. Got some Murnong seedlings. Let's have a look. Murnong, hey? You'll see a full grown plant soon. But that's a Murnong seedling. Native yam daisy. I cannot for the life of me remember the binomial name at the moment, but that doesn't matter. So we've got 2 of them. Grows, these are 2nd gen, so they're from a plant that I grew from seed. Pretty sure I got the seeds from Reese Campbell. I can't remember though. That's a weed. That's a weed. Got some self-seeded carrots. Beautiful tomatoes. I actually strung these up last night because I thought it was going to be windy. More comfrey. This is Arthropodium strictum. Gone to seed. Smells chocolate lily. It's amazing. I love it. This bed's neglected. It doesn't really get that much light, so I need to think about what we can do with that. Probably knock this tin off. Passion fruit. More passion fruit than you can poke a stick out here. We got like maybe 60, 70 passion fruit off this plant last year. Probably looking like the same. Herb garden. Savory oregano. Red vein sorrel. Grapes. A lot of grapes. thyme, some mint, globe artichoke, more of that. That's a stone sitting area that I'm working on. Many projects, little time. What have we got here? Blank space, purple potato, which is cool. I'm really looking forward to making some mashed potato out of that. What else are we doing? We're going to pause here for a second. Phone ran out of batteries, then I got distracted. So we're currently looking at purple potatoes, some borage, beautiful borage, bees, love it. We got bumblebees and honeybees on it. Bear patch that we'll be planting out very soon. Self-seeded carrots and beetroot, chard. Another bear spot, probably some more carrots. No, leafy greens probably going to go there. Carrots, iceberg lettuce. I forgot I put that potato there, obviously. That cabbage just keeps coming back. Celery going to flower, absolutely beautiful plant. Scarlet runner beans. Ye olde scarlet runner beans, love them. Warrigal greens, beautiful warrigal greens. That was about this big about 2 months ago, and now it's just, and Lisa just harvested a whole bunch. It was out like here. Then we got yak on, some Peruvian ground apple, yeah. It's about 16 or 17 of them in there. That's a wonderful root crop, and it's kind of just like an apple, but underground. Lemon balm, lots of that growing around. It goes to flower. We use it for a tea. Comfrey, wormwood, definitely needs a prune. We've got native straw flower, ammonium something or other, I think. Yarrow, look at that. Give me this Australis or Australiaceae, something like that. It's a rapidly named orange and black assassin beetle hanging out in the yarrow, probably hunting the seed bugs. Calendula, that just keeps coming. We don't actually actively plant seeds anymore. There's a vervain in there as well, this little guy. My favourite plant ever, Humulus lupulus, the hops. Wicked gild, savoury, chamomile, poa labetta, poa lab, fig. You can use the leaf, fruit, everything. Man, it's just pretty cool. And that hop just goes all the way. There's Lisa in the kitchen, all the way across there. Little water catchment, hose, pomegranate that Lisa grew from seed. It's this big. Wow, it's actually massive. It's amazing. I love watching that grow. This is a sitting area that I'm slowly building. Just time. Time isn't on my side these days. Lawn potatoes. Ziggy digs a hole. I'll drop a potato in there, fill it with wood chip. Then we get potatoes. So from that little one chunk, I think we got about 1.5 to 2 kilos of spuds. Made a good mash. This little guild, we got grapes, lots of grapes. Globe artichoke, beautiful flower, thistle family, mint, Macedonian parsley, that was a gift from our midwife. Beautiful, weird, strange flavour, but I'm going to propagate it this year because it's a really cool broadleaf, huge broadleaf parsley. I wonder if there's any leaves we can have a look at. There is not. Not forget me not, fever for you. Just grows everywhere, self seeds, beautiful. More hops, wisteria in there as well. That's a bat box for microbats. Maybe one day. Don't know what I'm actually going to put in this spot. This is a little bare spot, but we've got clary sage. And probably the best smelling flower you'll ever find. Bees love it too. See, there's one. See if I can find it. Now we've got a native guild in here. Guild, just a native garden crossed with some other weird stuff. 3-year-old spinning gum. She's a whopper in flower. Some people say eucalyptus are allelopathic, but this one's going all right. We got grass, California poppy, comfrey. That's a horseradish, native indigo. Our traditional owners of the land used to use this as a fish stun plant. Apparently you crush it up and chuck it in the water and it stuns the fish. It's pretty cool. And a little bracken thing going back here. We grow mushrooms in here too, wine caps. And then I've also got a shiitake log back there. Birdhouse made from Sam. I think something's actually been using it finally. Oh, look at that. That's cool. That's cool. That's a little appleberry. That's an appleberry. Is it ready? Oh, that's awesome. I'll come back for you. That's really cool. We've got the prickly Moses. I like to call it the prickly Jesus because every time I run into it, it's like I'm swearing. Right here in there for Joa, we'll be moving that. This was a pollinator bed, but it got a bit insane. And then something happened. That got built and changed the way the sun moves around this area. Not to mention these two damn things. And that Prostanthera, something sick, it's a bit sick. I'm gonna do a bit of reading about this one. Beautiful smell. Got a grape, massive grape, Calista thing going on here. This is eventually going to be more herb based because that's our front door. It's a Hackia epiglottis. Epiglottis? No, this isn't Hackia epiglottis, it's a something. Lawn potatoes, vervain. Volunteer tomato. Let's go. Let's keep going this way. That's another view of that beautiful guild. Hops are just crazy, man. Hops are crazy. Hops are crazy. My coffee is somewhere. I'll find that. I'll find the coffee later. So which way are we going to go? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, this way. Just a little worm bin. Huon lost the lid. I've got to find the lid for that. A couple of plants growing in here. Like, this is just keeps reseeding spring onion. I'm going to keep letting that happen. Let's just go for a little walk up here. Wine. Naughtier. Can't remember what that is. Hackia. There's a dead chicken under there, which is why this is probably going so insane. This is the berry patch from another angle. And it's pretty nuts. Like, imagine being, a metre tall, less than, walking up through here. It's pretty cool. Grabbing berries. If the dog doesn't get them, there's one. The dog or the bird. Usually, we don't have a problem with the birds. We don't net. Oh, that's nice. We don't net. The birds don't really come in too much. There's a spider. Hey, friend. Oh my god, that was good. We do use, you can probably see one, little hangy cans. They flash around in that flashes around, scares them off, which is pretty cool. That works. It means it doesn't look like absolute crap. We do the same with the, look at that, there's a dead pumpkin back there from last year. Nice. Right, we'll go down here. Obviously, there's a lot to do around here. This is an almost 100-year-old house. This is just nutrient capture. So anything that comes down that doesn't get stopped by that keeps coming down. Got some natives in there, guitar plant, fern, potato. This is an in situ compost. It's been there for about 2 and a bit years, and it just keeps growing this incredibly sick. This is Nasturtium mosaic virus. There's literally nothing I can do about it. But we also got a calendula here that grows pretty weird. It goes, I've got a really cool photo somewhere, but it'll flower once and then it'll throw these little side flowers. somewhere I've got one of like one with 5, like looks like a star. It was really cool. I'll continue down. That just grew back. We cut that down. It was like super tall, but we cut it back and just keep growing. So I'm gonna let it grow. It didn't want to die. So if something doesn't want to die, you let it grow. Ooh. Hey friend, Harmonia conformis. Beautiful little friend to have in the garden. These trees get a lot of real bad cherry sawfly. Oh, I need to cut it back too. Down here, the lost cause. Ooh, look. Omiata centralineata. What a friend to have around. Don't know what I'm doing here. Probably going to move up, slowly move the dog compost, 2 composts, which we've got one in here and one here. We just move them up. And eventually I reckon I'll put some shiitake logs or something down here. There's not a huge amount that'll grow because it's south side. So we only get a little bit of sun in the morning and a little bit in the afternoon. Here's the girls. OB Hive 1 and 2. They're going pretty cool. They're having a good time. I'll probably be checking them next week. So, they're pretty cool. Their water's good. No sign of robbing or anything. I am wearing black, so I may just move away. I think I'm a bear. These 2 guys, a gift from Dan and Hannah. They're going to be Christmas trees in a few years. Melaleuca, Leptospermum, Coria, Banksia, Comfrey, Banksia, Chinese Abelia, which I absolutely hate. This thing, I've been trying to kill this thing since we got here. All of our water from our bath and shower, because we don't use any chemicals in our bath and showers, comes out of that and actually drains down and under this wood chip with the ditch. So the cars are really quite loud. The ditch comes down through here and ends about here. This is I can't remember what it's called. This is a native that really loves wet. So we put it in this corner along with this little, there you go, the swamp mazes. And that hangs out down here underneath this beautiful river she oak that when we bought it, it was probably, what was that, tube stock. Got it for like $1 from Bunnings. That was pretty cool. This is probably where I'll move the blueberries from on the other side of the garden. This is sheep sorrel, and that's telling me something about the soil here, which is that it's acidic. So let's put some blueberries there. More Jerusalem artichoke. The friend I'm not friends with. In a hugel mound. So we built this hugel mound in the winter. I've got potatoes growing along the side here. Again with this along the side here. There's also a little mini swale that goes along the edge of this concrete that goes on contour / with level. So any water that backs up from this ditch goes back along here and waters this little veggie bed. It's annual for the moment, but as these hazelnuts get bigger, that may phase out to a more perennial system, some berries or something. Onions, kale, potatoes, chard, we went and seed. Also got some peas growing up using the hazelnut as a trellis. More taters, lots of taters on the edge of this hugel mound. Oca yam, absolutely wonderful. Oxalis species, sweet little things when you bake them up. Columnar apple, olive. I can never remember what this thing is. Got nice flowers. Maybe it's a Prostanthera. Maybe. Olive. We got celery in here too, and we're going pumpkins and some chard apparently. Pumpkins and some self-seed stuff in here on the hugel mound. We don't want to get it too crazy. Kangaroo apple. Poor kangaroo paw. That's a seed, going to seed lettuce. However, one of my favourite plants here. There it is. That is Murnong. So that's the yam daisy gone to seed. So that's after flower. The actual plant is just down here. So yeah, we're just about to get a whole bunch more flowers on it. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful plant. The tuberous root is edible. And like, hey, let's just try the leaf out. It's pretty bitter, tastes like dandelion. Actually, yeah, that's not so bad. That's pretty good. We can fry that up. There's a comfrey in here. We use comfrey as a support plant for most of our fruit and nut-bearing trees. So yarrow too, ubiquitous. Hackia, epiglottis, columbine, a little fern that I got for free in a seedling I got. We'll pause there for a second and turn around. My pants have fallen down. This is new. This is the newest addition to the garden. That was all lawn before we got that fence put in. Yeah, it was really hard to really fall in love with this place, with the fence that was about this high, brick. People could walk past and just have a peek in. The dog would jump over, and just like cars, it just blocks the noise a bit. Once we get some more trees and plants in here, it'll block it even more. We've got some, I can't remember these things. Lisa chose them. They're beautiful. Baronia potato. That's actually got a name written on it. Look at that. I left a label in. Lamandra. Granny Smith apple, my favourite apple, with some beautiful friends on it. There were some yellow-shouldered ladybirds on this morning in my first tour, but they've disappeared. They're a good friend, but there's another friend, another beautiful friend that I won't get too closely because some people are scared of spiders. But that's a beautiful crab spider. Hey friend. Who needs to use pesticides when you can use nature, hey? Don't know what that is, but that's a beautiful hackia. Like, I don't know how many species of hackia there are, but there's a lot. So we got more scarlet runners, but why not? I still need to build a frame for those. A dog poo. Like this is a prostrate acacia. It's got a beautiful flower. It only grows to about knee high. Yeah, that was a rose cutting that I thought had died. It turns out it hasn't. From that, which is actually, we pruned it back, gave it some mulch, and it's just gone like nuts. It's the happiest it's been since we moved here. We were just going to cut it back and kill it and move it, but now we've both fallen in love with it again. And Hewan also loves the flowers. Hi. Just some celery. Bull she oak, another leptospermum hiding in here. It's a beautiful flowering gum because they attract some beautiful birds around, and will help block road noise. Hobart Road comes down here, and we just need to get some density along this fence. More rhubarb, comfrey, parsley, all self-seeded. This area is new, still trying to think what we're really going to do here. Maybe a habitat pond. I'd love a habitat pond. It's a tiny little pumpkin there. Hey friend. Yeah, so maybe a habitat pond and a bit more, more food along the edges most likely, and then some more flowers and herbs and medicinals. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts how most of this property used to be lawn. So that was all lawn. This was all lawn. Spot where the annual beds was, that was all lawn. I don't know what this was. This was like a spot. We have freesias growing here. So it was just a little bowl garden. Potatoes, as far as the eye can see. Natives. Not a lot of stuff we can do here because we've got infrastructure lines. So just whacked in some, don't know what that is, melaleuca maybe. I got to remember to put labels on things, man. Hops. yeah, hops and hops. That's going to grow up the side, up here, and then I'm going to split them. So one's going to go that way, one's going to go that way, just to take some of the heat of the summer sun off this house. These 2 rooms get shockingly hot. Now we're going to walk up the most neglected side of the house. It's also the oldest and weather beaten, but it's pretty cool up there. It's my favorite spot to find spot. So yeah, this is the north side of the house, and it is I think the word you could use is chaos. It's a bit neglected. There's a little white banded house jumper. We've got comfrey. You can see, where is it? That's a little Maridus griseus jumping around. That's a dead loquat. We thought we could scrump it. Is it dead? Let's do the trick again, hey? It is not dead. That ammonium just won't die, so I'm just going to leave it there. Is it ammonium? Can't remember. I'm not good at succulents. Obviously, the side of the house is absolutely fucked, but we're working on that. It's going to be a labour of love, or at least labour. Casuarina, or aloe casuarina, can't quite remember, it doesn't really matter. All the casuarinas we've got on site are all from the same tube stock day that we bought them from Bunnings. So they're all growing in different speeds, different contexts. It's pretty interesting to see. Weeds. Obviously we need to do a lot of work, so, but with jobs and kids and that kind of stuff, so it gets a bit hard sometimes, but you know, admitting that is part of you know, we're working through it, and it's, you got to be honest to yourself, and you got to be honest with other people. This is a self-seeded evening primrose. Just gonna leave it there, man. Ooh, look, case moth. Just gonna leave it. It's beautiful. Attracts pollinators. More feverfew. Callistemon. That was a rescue little one as well, I think. Was that a rescue? I can't remember if I bought that or got it real cheap. I think we got it real cheap because it was sick, but it's finally going, and that's Huey's bedroom there. Potato, catmint, blackberries that we've let go the fruit because blackberries. This fuchsia's bad shit. Bring it back, right back this year, and it's just going nuts again. More potatoes, more comfrey. Didnamus versicolor, the harlequin bug. They're probably the most annoying bug we get here. If you let them get into huge numbers, they become a bit of a problem for your fruiting plants. You can just use these things. But I always leave some, because you don't know what's going to eat them, and you don't want to destroy the ecosystem too much. But as you can see, there's quite a few down here, but they're not causing too much trouble. Yeah, there's some there. They fucking there and there. And they're fucking too. They're just, yeah, there's a lot of them. This dry stuff you see was nettle about two months ago, until the Vanessa itea came along, the yellow admiral butterfly, and these caterpillars absolutely decimated them, and then had a few chrysalises form, and then they've hatched. So there you go, there, right there is a hatched chrysalis, and there is 2, so that's pretty darn cool. What else we got here? Mint. There's mallow, and we'll probably pull back now. It's gone back to seeds, so cut it right back, but it was a you can use it, it's edible, kind of like spinach. Fry it up, medicinal too, many different properties. Catmint. This is going to attract some beautiful bees soon. This kiwi male just finished flowering. The female flat out refuses to flower, so this is the second or third year. Still haven't got kiwi fruits. I'm only slightly disappointed. Ginkgo, beautiful ginkgo with pest control attached. Mint has rust here. Only this mint has rust. I don't want to do the work and pull it all up and boil the roots, so we just let it grow during the winter, harvest it, and then let it die. It's not causing any problems. We rescued this from a build site, this beautiful callistemon, and it flowers pretty much all year. It's amazing. I love this guy. There's some grapevines growing in here. You heard it from me. And then what else we got? I think we're almost there. There's a spider life here. It's just because it's rained. Oh, look at those grapes for me. Look at beautiful. We'll come and probably bag these short soon at some point. There's the birds. Maybe we could try the hanging can thing. We'll see what happens. More oxalis, ochre yam, purple potato. Last season we scrumped a whole bunch of loquats, and apparently I just decided to plant seeds everywhere, and they're all coming up, so that's another one. I think we're almost done. Carrot, let that go to flower, because these things attract so many pollinators and so many beneficial insects that you would be remiss not to leave your one carrot to go to seed at least. Plus you have carrot seeds. And here we are, back where we started.